You know that feeling, right? You're standing in a store staring at this wall of skincare products, and they're all screaming promises at you. It is completely overwhelming. Well, today we're going to cut right through all that noise. I'm going to show you a super simple method to decode any skincare label in just a few seconds, so you can finally make choices that are actually right for your skin.
I'll never forget this one time. I bought a cleanser that was labeled gentle. I mean, the packaging was soft, the words were calming, and it completely burned my skin within minutes. That experience taught me this really important lesson. The problem isn't always some single bad chemical. It's the misleading story the label tricks you into believing.
And look, if you've ever been fooled by a label, I want you to know something. It is absolutely not your fault. Brands are smart. They know exactly how to use psychology to make their products feel trustworthy, and they tap right into our brain shortcuts to do it.
This is so fascinating. It's like brands have this playbook, and it targets 3 things our brains are just wired to trust. We see medical terms, and we think, oh, a doctor must have approved this. We see words like clean, and we think, this is the morally right choice. Or we see something about nature, and automatically think, well, it must be gentle. These words are literally designed to get us to stop thinking critically.
So, if you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this. This is the mindset shift that will change everything. The claims on the front of the bottle, that's the story the brand wants you to believe. But the ingredient list on the back, that's the truth.
All right, let's get to the good stuff. We're going to dive into the 7 most common red flags you'll see out there. This is where we expose that huge gap between the comforting marketing story and what's really going on in the bottle. Okay, first up, the big one. Dermatologist tested. It sounds so official, doesn't it? It just gives you this instant feeling of safety, like it's been given a medical stamp of approval.
But here's the catch. That term is basically meaningless. Yep, there are no official rules about how it was tested, how many dermatologists were involved, or even if the results were any good. A product could have given half the people a rash, and they could still legally slap this on the label. So unless they're giving you specific details, you have to treat this as marketing, not medicine.
This next one. This one gets a lot of people. You see fragrance-free, and you think, great, no smell, no irritation, perfect for my sensitive skin. I mean, it seems pretty straightforward.
But the truth is way trickier. A product can have things called masking fragrances in it, which are chemicals added just to cover up the smell of other ingredients. Or it could be packed with botanical extracts and essential oils that are super fragrant and can be major irritants. So from now on, always flip it over and look for the word perfume or a giant list of essential oils.
Ah, natural. The word just feels so good, doesn't it? So wholesome, so safe. We're taught that if it comes from the earth, it has to be better for us. But let me just say 2 words to you. Poison ivy. 100% natural.
And that's the whole point right there. Natural is a completely unregulated marketing term. It means nothing official. It doesn't guarantee safety, it doesn't guarantee gentleness, nothing. It's a preference, not a promise.
Here's another one that sounds so official. Clinically proven. It just screams science. It makes you picture scientists in lab coats doing rigorous testing. But you have to ask yourself, proven how and proven compared to what? Because the reality is often some tiny study they did on like 10 people for a couple of weeks. A product that makes your skin slightly more hydrated for an hour could technically be called clinically proven. Without the actual data, that claim is pretty much empty.
Okay, non-toxic. This is a big one because it's designed to play on our fears. It sounds like the ultimate safety net, a guarantee that nothing in that bottle could possibly hurt you.
But here's a little secret from the world of science. The dose makes the poison. Even water is toxic if you drink an extreme amount. Non-toxic has no real scientific or legal definition in skincare. It's just a buzzword. You're so much better off focusing on the actual ingredients and your own skin's history, not on words meant to scare you. Next up is hypoallergenic. You see this and you think, finally, something that won't make my skin freak out. It feels like a promise that it's been specially made to be safe for reactive skin. Well, unfortunately, just like the others, it's another vague term with no required testing standards. A brand can label a product hypoallergenic and it can still be full of common allergens like fragrance. Honestly, a much better strategy is just to look for products with shorter, simpler ingredient lists. And for our grand finale, the biggest, trendiest, and let's be honest, most emotionally charged term out there right now, clean beauty. This one doesn't just suggest it's safe, it implies it's somehow more pure and ethical.
Here's the bottom line. Clean beauty is a marketing movement. It's a philosophy. It is not a medical or a regulated category. What one brand calls clean can be totally different from another, and a clean product can still cause a massive reaction on your skin. Safety always comes down to the specific formula.
Okay, I know that was a ton of information. So how do we actually use this in the real world when you've got maybe 10 seconds in a store aisle? Let's turn all this knowledge into a super fast, practical habit. Here it is, your 7-second checklist. The next time you pick up a product, just ask yourself these 4 questions. Are they stacking a ton of buzzwords together? Clean, natural, and dermatologist tested? Does it promise to solve every single skin problem known to man? Is it giving you way more feelings than actual facts? If you're nodding yes, that's your signal to pause and take a closer look.
Once you have this little checklist in your back pocket, you can start shopping with a whole new sense of calm and confidence. It's really about taking the power back.
So here's the new game plan in 4 simple steps. 1. Do that quick scan on the front for any of those red flags. 2. Know your personal triggers. What ingredients bug your skin? Keep a note on your phone. 3. Respect that history. If something with lavender oil broke you out before, don't pretend it won't this time. And 4. This one is non-negotiable. Always patch test a new product. Your own skin is the best guide you will ever have.
So here's what it all comes down to. Every single skincare product you pick up is telling a story. The only question is, are you going to listen to the marketing story on the front, or are you going to listen to the ingredient truth on the back? Now, you get to choose.